that's the vibe I feel in this reading right now, you guys. Like, I just want to like dance and move. So, welcome to my channel. This is Spiritual Teacher for You. I'm an energy reader, and today, you guys, is a beautiful, beautiful day. Literally a beautiful day. But it's the 11/11 portal. And the energy I'm feeling right now is nuts. This rose is calling to me. A single rose that I was gifted by a 2-year-old. And it was such a sweet gesture. And then I gifted it to my husband, and he said he felt like he was on The Bachelor, and I was like, I choose you, and handed him the rose. And I was like, oh, that is so love. It was just like it was very synchronistic and symbolic, actually. And then now here it is to remind me of those two wonderful memories of being gifted it and then giving it. Wow, what a balance of receiving and giving too. And it made at least 3 people filled with joy and love. And I know it did more than that, because as the 2-year-old, my I guess probably second cousin, the child of your cousin. When I was gifted it, there were several people standing around, so they were all filled with love and joy too. So I'm really getting this huge message from Spirit, and that's why they wanted me to bring it over, to spread love and joy. That's how we heal the planet, you guys. That's how we heal everything, is through love and joy. And the more that we choose that, the more it gets spread, the more that we heal, because we're like, oh, I am worthy of love. Like when we spread love and joy, people experience it more. Therefore, they feel more worthy of it. The more you experience something, the more you feel it, you vibe with it, right? You learn to interact with it. So if we're I don't want to say pushing, but if we're spreading love, there's almost like this, I almost see like this, like, oh wow, that's really cool. Almost like on Hogwarts, how it was protected by a spell, and WandaVision, how she created this whole little universe for herself in this bubble. That's what I'm seeing, like this protective bubble. Interesting. Wow. Okay, so if you're tapping into this message, you believe in extraterrestrial, you believe in universal energy, you believe in the cosmos. So if you don't, this next message is going to be very odd for you and probably sound a little woo-woo. But I say that, and then usually when I preface something with that, it never sounds as woo-woo as I think it's going to. So I'll just say it, and then hopefully it will resonate with you. But as we spread love and kindness, especially right now, just by simple acts of like giving a rose, how easy of a, look how pretty that rose is too, how it's all spread open and wide, it's so beautiful. Wow, I didn't realize how pretty it was. But anyways, and there it is, giving me joy again. So there's another message underneath saying, surround yourself with things that you love. Surround yourself with things that you love. A lot of people, will criticize people who are hermits, and it's like, well, yeah, a hermit lives in their shell because it's where they feel safe and protected. Why would you not want to be at home where you feel safe and protective and loved, and look around and it's filled with things that bring you a joy, So there's definitely something here about filling your home with, or using your home, actually. Now I'm getting a different message of using because a lot of people fill their home with love and things that they love and makes them feel happy and they may not still be happy. So there's something here about not only using your home as a place of safety and love and happiness, but also using your home as literally like a portal of energy. When you feel called to buy a certain crystal and place that crystal in a certain place in your home, there's an energetic alignment happening there. When you get called to, I know that one of my family members, they love to, when they get something new, they say they will walk around their house and then put it where it feels right. And if that's not energetic alignment, I don't know what is, you know? It's like you place something somewhere that feels right, you know? And once you feel it, it's almost like the scale balances, right? It's almost like so try that. If something feels out of place, or you have this urge to rearrange your furniture or something like that, there's a reason for that. You're being guided to align things in your home for the most energetic benefits. Yeah, for not just you, but for the planet. God, my heart chakra's lighting up, but it's almost like so intense. I feel feel like I need a hug. Oh my God, there's so much energy in my heart chakra right now. So I feel like this is the love that we have inside of us that needs to be spread. It needs to be spread. We have like the highest potential of love inside of us, but it requires us to heal to be able to share that love. People try to share that love before healing, and then they just end up draining themselves because you're moving forward in a way that you're moving from an unhealed place. So there's people you meet and you're like, oh my God, you're like an angel. But yet they'll be tired all the time, or they'll be beaten down, or they're poor, they have no money. And it's just like, but they still give and give and give. And you're like, how can someone like that, who literally gives everything they have to people, can be so downtrodden? And that's part of the reason, is that they're giving from an unhealed place, and it doesn't take away from, they're not giving from an unhealed place, they're giving from an unhealed heart. So therefore it's draining from them because they haven't put up boundaries. They haven't, because what they're doing is, usually someone giving like that, they do it because they feel obligated, or they feel bad if they don't, which is not a reason to give, you know? It's just like there's a way to give from a place of healing where you're like, okay, I can tell that this is the right thing to do at this time. And some people give because they feel bad if they don't. They're like, if I don't do this, I'm going to feel bad, you know? I'm not trying to make anyone feel bad at this time by saying, I'm just picking up on all these energies. There's no right or wrong way to give, right? When you give from love, you give from love, and there's that. But there's a giving from love from a healed, open heart, and giving from love from a closed off, trauma-filled heart. Whew, gosh, the heart, y'all. I gotta run the selenite wand over that. Whew. It made me look down at, oh my gosh. This is intense energy. And it feels painful. It's painful. So someone here is dealing with a broken heart, I feel. But, yeah, it subsided. Oh, God, that was so intense. And I feel that it could have been a heart attack that might have made this person pass. Or, oh, God. Or someone who literally died from a broken heart. That's what happens when you pass away after trauma that hurts you, something you haven't dealt with. Something you haven't dealt with that felt like stabbing in the heart, that can lead to and manifest as, a heart attack or heart failure or a blockage in your heart, or, who knows, just something not good because you haven't done the healing. So how do you heal? And y'all, these are 1111 messages that I'm feeling right now. I haven't even touched tarot. This is just what's coming for me to tell you guys. So these are literally being downloaded right now as I'm speaking to you. I didn't come with a plan. In fact, what I wrote down, in fact, that doesn't even feel right for me to talk about in this reading, but maybe it'll come up. I keep having to clear my throat, and it's like a really hard swallow. So I'm sorry if that's picking up on the mic. I hope not. But also there's just this kind of congestion coming through here. So I definitely feel that there's a blockage in the throat. There's something that you're not saying, you're not expressing fully. So if you're still with me, thank you. If you clicked off because of that silence, I understand. 11:44 on the timer. But I had written down a few things that I want to talk about if I do a podcast. See, I wrote podcast, and then just some ideas down. And it's like I was like kind of above myself just then, looking down at my ideas, and I had a thought like I could just spout this off right now. But it feels like, okay, oh, maybe that's what they're telling me to do, is like tell you kind of the things I want to talk about in the podcast. And then that if I have a podcast on that topic, that I'm going to dive in really, really deep. Kind of like this, where I just have a topic. I knew I was coming on here to talk about the 1111 portal, but I haven't even touched my cards. This is just down. So that's what I feel like the podcast will kind of be. This is almost like a preview, a freeview of the podcast. And so I'm just building it up as I feel the energy of it. I haven't even decided if I'm going to put it on YouTube. Yeah, I thought I was, but now I'm thinking I may put it on Patreon. I don't know. Those are things I'm thinking about, you guys. And I think I'm being drawn to say this to you guys because I feel like this is the process that you're kind of thinking through something with, And that's what it is. You can think out loud. Maybe even record yourself like I'm doing, talking about it, because then you can listen back to it, and as you hear yourself talk about it, you're like, that don't sound right. I ain't doing that. Like you can feel the energy of it as you hear your own self saying it. I'm definitely gonna do that. But yeah, here's some of the topics that I wrote down for what I would love to share with you guys about what I've been learning. And I'm getting more information now. I'm just going to let you know that podcast, I'm going to go into like intimate details. Okay. And I won't share any information that's not mine to share, that I didn't give permission to share, of course, but I'm going to give my own perspective way more in depth with that, which means it will be exclusive, and I'll probably put it on my Patreon account. So, and when I listen back to this and I hear myself talking about it, I'll know if that's actually what I want to do or not. So something I would love to talk about is balancing the masculine and feminine within us, because that feels like what's happening anyways. And so I want to tell you my experiences with being able to balance that, and just kind of the signs and symptoms of what you might experience when that balancing is happening. I want to talk about how fire is alchemizing. Fire, our passion, our drive versus our thoughts about stuff. Yeah. And I can feel when the energy says, okay, that's enough. The next one I want to talk about, and this one's coming up very strongly lately, is marriage and love. Love in marriage. Love and marriage. Love and marriage. Drawn together like a horse and carriage. If I tell you, brother, you can't have love without the other. Love and marriage. Is that the song? You know, of the family. Oh my God, y'all. Peggy Bundy. Yeah, right? Peggy Bundy, Ted Bundy. No. Am I mixing up names now? I need to stop. Marriage and love. Okay. And then the next one I wrote down was when you feel drawn to ingest or take in alcohol. There's like this energy around alcohol that I feel spirit wants me to dive into. What I truly wrote down was drinking all the time to have fun? Question mark? Because I was having a conversation with my sister, and I was like, man, it's crazy how little I desire alcohol now. Whereas even in social situations, I'm like, I might have one, but I don't need to keep going. I feel fine not to keep going. I don't even desire it hardly anymore. And then I look at, when I think back into my 20s, or my early days, I'm like, I wanted to drink. If I knew I was going to be in a social situation, it's like, okay, well, what alcohol am I having? It's like I couldn't think of socializing without drinking, and if I couldn't drink, I would feel anxious. So they want me to stop there. So that's part of the podcast and I feel drawn to talk about. So they want me to ring my bell to kind of clear that energy out. And I think it's time now for the tarot. But they want me to get out cat tarot, which I'm so excited about. I love it when they say to use a different card set. If you've made it this far, it was 1759 and then it turned to 18 as I was saying sfar. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. And thank you for sticking with me through this crazy energy that I'm feeling. Of course, that's the 1111 portal energy. I've got 1111 portal music playing. So you are getting those. That's something I want to say too, is anytime you listen and really tune in to these readings, when I come to do a reading, I have to raise the frequency in my space, in me. So I go through a whole little ritual process that I've learned that gets me up to speed to be able to connect with spirit to give you these messages. And I've noticed that I'm having to use tarot less and less. And I'm just getting the energy more and more. So I'm confident in saying I'm an energy reader, right? And that's how I feel the collective is going to experience their gifts, is that the more you feel into it, the more that they are going to get stronger, and the more that you integrate them throughout your entire existence. It's not like you just connect with spirit one time a day. This is like a whole lifestyle where literally spirit, it's like I just see as you move around your existence, the energy's moving with you. It's like when you put your fingers on those like spheres with the electric pulse or whatever, the rod, and then your fingers are like, and then the electricity's coming up to your fingers and you move and it moves like that's how it is. Okay, gosh, I'm so not doing a great job explaining that. 20 on the timer. Ace of Cups popped on out. Look at that. Cheers. So I do feel a new beginning and something to be congratulated. I feel like my dog just used the bathroom in the house. I'm going to go test my theory. Well, that was a bit of a detour. I don't honestly know even what to share with you. Let's just say that I was talking about moving things around for energetic alignment, and then it's like I thought my dog had used the bathroom, didn't find anything, took her outside, she used the potty out there. So it's like I sensed it before it happened. Normally she just potties in the house. I even smelled her pee. So I took her outside, she used the potty. Come back in and just had to follow certain feelings I was feeling. And you guys, I'm going to be honest, it felt like a very spiritual experience I just had, which I'm not going to go into this reading. But yeah, and I was like, in the back I could hear myself going, but what about the video? It's like, that can wait. Right now you need to do this. So that was pretty powerful. Ace of Cups. I'm going to be honest, guys. I'll give you a little, I felt like with the things I was moving around and doing, and I felt drawn to stand in a specific spot in my house. And then I went through just like some motions and deep breathing and stretching and like almost like moving the energy around. And it literally felt like my old self was completely like lifting away, and I was welcoming in my new life. That's basically what happened. And it happened in the middle of y'all's reading. And I literally felt, this is the woo-woo part, but I literally, like, I had done this like energetic motion of bringing the energy down. And when I got to about right here, I felt my arms being lifted back up. Like I was like, you remember back in the day when you used to have somebody hold your arms down while you pushed up really hard, and then when they let go, your arms just floated up like muscle, like your muscles were pulling them up. That's what it felt like, but I had not done that exercise with anybody. So it felt like wings. Honestly, it felt like wings, and I just kept getting this phoenix rising imagery in my head, and I just had to lift my head up. And listen, this is probably going to be eye roll worthy material for some people, but I'm just expressing what I just experienced. And it was, and then I just out of nowhere started crying, and it was like, it was this release, because I wasn't sad, I wasn't depressed. It was like a releasing thing. And I didn't even check my makeup before I came back on here. Yeah, so, and my nose is running, so forgive me for that. But and then so I went through that whole process, and then I felt like it was like, okay, now do that again in your office. So I came in here, and I guess I'm just going ahead and telling you what I did. So then I came in here, and I just felt like I had like this radar, and I was holding my hands like this, kind of rotating around this room. And it's almost like where it felt off, I stopped and looked, and there would be something there that I needed to get rid of. So it was like listening to this energy alignment, and there was some old energy kind of sitting in my room over here, and it was like, get rid of it, or, do something with it. So I did something with it. And yeah, and guys, that was just so powerful. I can't even describe it fully. I don't think I meant to, because that was a very personal experience, I can tell. But let's get back to you guys. 25 on the clock there. Big changes happening for the collective in balancing. Oh my goodness, look at the cat inside the cup. Like, hopefully it will. Do you see the cat right there? In the cup? First of all, that's freaking adorable. And then secondly, it's like you're, oh my God, that's so beautiful. It's like your higher self is offering you a gift here. They want you to, yeah, and you've got to be open to it. That's what I'm feeling, is that they're trying to offer you, I'm hearing unconditional love, but not only that, I'm hearing like a gift, like something that is special and only for you. And you have to be open to receiving it. We got King of Wands and we've got the Lovers. And then one just popped out too, the Four of Wands, which is marriage. Oh my God. I don't know if the cards could line up any like stronger than this for the biggest message. Okay, let me read this. Let me read the most obvious message that comes with it after I sip my coffee. And the obvious message is you are coming into full alignment with your divine masculine and divine feminine. And this is like divine, harmonious, everything. And I'm not even, you know what? I'm not even ashamed to say that. I felt my old self coming in right there going, people are going to roll their eyes at you saying that because it sounds like fairy tale stuff. Well, it is fairy tale stuff. But the best version, not the not the sexist old way version, you know. This is like what love, like love is beyond what we've even been able to comprehend, because we've never been able to comprehend love on this level. And that's what's trying to be gifted to you, is unconditional love, and doing this with someone, your someone, experiencing unconditional love with someone. This is so beautiful, you guys. I'm definitely getting a King of Wands character in your presence, and I feel very masculine energy from that. Okay, so I'm picking up all of a sudden someone who has been distracted by a King of Wands. Very attractive, very handsome, super like sensual, sexual appeal. And that distraction has left you questioning things in your marriage or your relationship. That's only for like very few of you guys. That is not the main energy here. The main energy here is total. It feels like a perfect storm of love. You know, usually people refer to a perfect storm as something bad happening. But really what I'm feeling here with you guys is a perfect storm of love, healing, confidence, self-love, self-awareness, yeah, all of those things coming into this perfect storm of love, right? That's what I see the Four of Wands as. What's on the bottom? The Star. Aww. Ooh. Yeah, you have a very, very, very strong connection with Spirit, who I'm tapping into now. And I feel like we may be connected too. The Hanged Man is here. And I love how they did the Hanged Man on this. This figure is sitting upright with these other figures reversed there. So instead of you being, it's like you're being given this opportunity to surrender. To surrender your beliefs and look at them from a different perspective. You're allowing yourself to let spirit just show you what you need to know. You're allowing yourself to trust in the energy that flows through you and to use it to gauge and learn and grow. The devil. So things are coming on your path that are really forcing you to choose. I mean, the devil shows up to force you to choose. Are you going to choose to keep going down this cyclical path of toxicity and abuse and, self-loathing and victimhood, addictions, excuses, pity, poor pitiful me? Or are you going to choose to realize that you are the one that is in control of your life? So it's either choosing to focus on you or choosing to continue down the same path you've always been going down. That's when the devil shows up. And so I don't even see the devil as like this bad, evil thing anymore. I see the devil as a path. It's a path that you can choose in this lifetime if you want to. And there's nothing bad about it. It's just a path that you chose. But when you go down that path, you only see things from a certain viewpoint. Whereas if you choose to focus on yourself and love yourself, you not only see all of that, you see all of it from up here. You know that scene from The Lion King where Simba and Mufasa are standing at the rock and he goes, everything the light touches is yours, and yet Simba goes down into the Shadowlands anyways. So, and as he elevated, he not only knew, and Mufasa was just trying to protect him, like, don't go there. There's only bad things there. But man, I'm starting to see The Lion King from a whole new perspective. See, this is what I mean. Like, those epiphanies start coming in. I mean, Mufasa was being like any other parent trying to protect Simba from the bad stuff, but Simba dove right in anyways. It's like, when we try to protect someone so much from the bad from happening is when it happens, is when they're drawn to it. Oh, why are you trying to keep me away from that? What's so bad about it, So that message is coming in, but that feels specific, but it could be just for this collective I'm tapping into. Take it how it resonates with you. And if it doesn't resonate, don't take it. But yeah, so we've got 3 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. So I'm seeing you choose a path where I feel like this path is, there's definitely people around you. Yeah. There's definitely influences around you. That have opinions about your life. And I feel that a lot of those people just want your happiness, but their version of your happiness. They're coming at you from what they think you would make you happy. So they have good intentions. They have the best of intentions. They're coming from a place of love for the most part. They're also coming from a place of trauma and fear because they don't want you to experience heartbreak, which is what they think that you're going to. Yeah, someone doesn't trust you to make decisions for yourself. So that's why they're really in your energy here. Okay. All right, Spirit, we want to zoom back out though, because I don't, if you want more specific details, because I want to keep this general, because I want this to be a timeless reading for the collective. And I have to trust that the information I'm getting will be, but I do feel it zooming in on a particular situation or collective, and I want to zoom back out because okay, let's keep moving forward. Zoom back out for the collective. 3 is definitely showing up so hard here. 3, I just keep seeing 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So you might be seeing 3 everywhere. So cool to look down and see 11:11, and then it's 11:49 on the clock. Okay, we've got the Magician, and I'm talking about 11:11, you guys. Yes, using the energies around you to align with your desires. I don't even want to say manifest anymore. I love how the vocabulary changes as I learn more and figure things out and tune into things and really like feel into the energy of things, because what I'm feeling is it's not even manifesting that you're doing. What you're doing is aligning to your desires. And I'm feeling like what's happened is your desire a long, long, long time ago was to have a fairy tale life. You want the fairy tale. And so all along, Spirit's been bringing in things to get you to that point. But it's been a long time coming because you've had all these barriers in the way, which that's what we do, y'all. That's the whole point. Is to figure out what's in the way, get it out of the way, move on, right? So today is a day of, well, I'm going to say it because it almost came out, manifesting, but I'm going to change that to alignment. Today is a day of alignment. 11:11, aligning with your highest self, full balance in your divine masculine and feminine, full balance within each of those. It's like a mirror of the most, it's like I see you in one of those hallway of mirrors where it just reflects like infinitely back to you, you know? And that's what I feel is this infinites, yeah. 7 of Pentacles. People are watching you grow. Yeah. Yeah, you have an audience for your growth. And that's why the 3 of Pentacles came out as well. You have an audience. But I don't feel that that's stopped you or stopped you in your tracks. It may have been in the back of your mind, and so I feel Spirit wanting you to just like, even if they are watching you, keep going, keep moving forward, keep doing what you feel pulled to do. 4 of Pentacles. So this is that solid foundation I feel happening in your life right now to give you the confidence. And I feel like most of you have worked now to that point that you are at a solid foundation to keep moving forward, but with confidence. There's no more self-doubt. You know the path you're on. Or that's the direction you're heading, is knowing the path you're on. And it's just having trust in the in-between. It's having trust in the process of descaling, de-shedding, de-layering. Unzipping that outer shell and just fully showing up, Phoenix. Rising. 10 of Wands and the Moon come out. Y'all, these cards are so freaking cool. Oh, so freaking cool. Look at that. You know, the moon, and there's that black cat. Of course, the moon, I'm hearing your shadows. Yeah, your shadows are still there, but so is your light. And it just becomes a merriment. A four of wands with your dark and your light. With your dark and your light. It's a marriage. So it's like at this time, I'm just going to say it's like you're marrying yourself. You're committing to yourself. You are the intention of marrying someone with the vows and the dedication and the love and devotion and loyalty and faithfulness and growing and healing together and always choosing each other every time is the same thing that you should be doing to yourself. Choosing yourself every time to grow and heal and dedicate yourself to and be loyal to and be faithful to. That comes first. 10 of Wands. Yeah, you're at a time where you are completing a cycle. You're at you're at the top of your game right now. And I feel like life is kind of shoving you into this shadowy realm, and I might be picking up on the masculines here, masculine energy, the divine masculine, because what I'm feeling is that to get you to this point of stability, like I'm hearing you're as far as you're going to go with where you're at right now. And so when the magician came forward earlier, it was like saying, excuse me, you have power in you to align with what, and that's what you're doing is aligning, but you have to know it. You have to know how powerful you are. And so cards fell down, shoved the Four of Pentacles out of the way. And in place of it, we have the Emperor and the Knight of Swords. You guys, that is so freaking cool, dude. I knew it. When that pile shoved the Four of Pentacles out of the way, I knew that whatever was replacing it was going to be so much more than the four. See, the Four of Pentacles is comfort. You're comfortable where you're at right now because you don't realize you could have so much more. And yeah, it's not a bad place where you are. It's stable. You feel secure. You feel comfortable, but what you don't understand is you're done with that. You're settling for that now. But when you integrate your shadows with your light, dun, 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 here comes the Emperor and the Knight of Swords protecting you. It's just like the king and his knight, his right-hand man. And then, you guys, the Four of Pentacles covered up the 10 of Wands. So now it's like you're not at a completed cycle now. Now you're at this even higher elevated position and you feel secure and stable here. Because you're protected. I feel Archangel Michael and Gabriel and Raphael in this, protecting you, healing you, getting you to the point that you fully believe in your power in this world. 2 of Wands, here we go. 44:38 on the timer. Oh my goodness. 4444. 2 of Wands. This card represents, well, I see a mirror, which we talked about mirroring earlier. But the 2 of Wands is creating together, creating in a balanced state, moving forward with passion that comes from a healed place. Justice. Balance. Total balance. What a cool cat, man. Total balance here. Oh, Knight of Pentacles. Here comes some slow, steady energy. So this is very, very solid. I'm getting almost wizardry again. I'm getting Hogwarts, how those protective spells they had over Hogwarts were so powerful. But it still didn't stop Draco Malfoy and his people and Lord Voldemort from breaking them down, because just like man, it's like, you know how powerful Lord Voldemort and Harry were, and yet they used their power against each other, and of course good always wins, but imagine if they had used their forces for good. So there's just something here in the power of bringing your shadow and light together, and also accepting that in the person that you are creating with, that accepting their shadow and light as well. So there's full acceptance here. But it has taken a long time to get to this point, and it continues to take a long time. Because would you rather a doctor go to school for 4 years and call it good, or would you rather the doctor that went to school for 8 years and who's had lots of practice, lots of experience, lots of learning, lots of workshops and all that to work on you? So there's definitely something here about the things you're going through, and it's taking so much time because this stuff has to really solidify. Ace of Wands, Six of Wands. Let me give that justice. Let me do justice by that. You see that Ace of Wands? Does that not give you magician vibes, witchy vibes? And I'm getting like Hogwarts. So I definitely get witch energy here. You can resonate with that or not. Witch is another word for creator, for manifester, for aligner, for healer, for spell worker, for kitchen, cook, for chef. We're all witches, you guys. We're all witches. Witches and wizards. Six of Wands. This is like, I'm hearing full victory, activation of a very powerful timeline where you're fully happy, fully in alignment, fully recognized by the people that love and support you, who truly align with your energy. Those are going to be your people. Two of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Five of Wands. Okay, this feels like some interesting energy coming in. All right, let me show you them individually. Two of Swords. Feels like two things pulling on you. Or several things pulling on you. Interesting, because the Six of Wands and the Two of Swords have the same like V shape. So the letter V is coming in for someone here. And then it feels like someone feels like they have to make a choice between being successful Okay, so I'm feeling the energy of like you feel like you have to choose between. Give me a second. I'm starting to wonder if I should have broke this up into 3 different recordings here. All right. I had to take that phone call. I had been waiting on it, and I didn't know it was going to last so long. But I feel that when things happen during a reading, that it is my responsibility to interpret the energy of that. And what happened during that phone call was that bad news was given, but a solution was given almost immediately. So, I have to feel grateful because a really like negative thing turned into everything's fine kind of thing. So I feel like the collective, that was the energy of the collective coming through there as well. And I'm just connecting to it through what I experienced is that, something's going to appear bad at first, but it actually will work out in the end. Okay. 8 of Pentacles. 8. Look at that big old bright 8. I just get abundance here. Hold on. But this is understanding how abundance works. This is what I feel from this card is like understanding. It's not just abundance coming in kind of thing. That's not what the 8 of Pentacles is about. I'm feeling from this. I'm feeling that you understand more and more about abundance. And when you do, then you can work with the energy of abundance. So that's what you're learning right now is how to work with the energy of abundance. Okay, we've got Queen of Pentacles and 6 of Cups. You're definitely remembering who you are, how powerful you are. Look at that Queen of Cups. I mean, Queen of Pentacles. I'm getting like geisha energy from that. Like, just, yeah, I don't know. Geisha is what's coming forward. And with the 6 of Cups coming forward, and I'm being drawn back to the 5 of Wands as well because I didn't quite go into the energy of that. Because 5 is about, so 5 of Wands is about kind of like conflict and change and obstacles coming in. So with the 8 of Pentacles, this is teaching you how to use things that come up to work with the energy around it. And then out comes the Queen of Pentacles. So you're definitely learning right now how to work with the energy of abundance and use it to your advantage. A 6 of Cups is about giving. So I see this as you gain understanding of abundance, you're also going to share this understanding and allow the abundance that you align with, share it with those, or share it for something. I'm getting something here. So I'm getting that when you fully align, it's a surrendering process. The Hanged Man here, it is a surrendering process like no other. It's fully trusting that the feelings you get that are so strongly within you that you follow them. For example, I was out of coffee. I wanted to get more coffee because I want to taste that warmness, that sweet, creamy flavor and just have the effects from the caffeine, you know. And then my body said, no, you need water right now. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll get water. So I got water. And it really is beneficial for us. And my lips, I looked in the mirror today and they were all crackly and stuff. I was like, oh girl, you need to get some water. So I'm listening to my body right now. Okay. In fact, I'm going to take a sip just to warn you. Let me lean away from the microphone. Okay. So 2 more cards and then I think we're going to end there. 3 of Cups, Ace of Swords. Oof. That sword coming through the cat's face is quite disturbing. And then there's skulls. I guess cat skulls down at the bottom there. I'm hearing stick to the truth. Three of Cups. So as you commingle with people and you start putting yourself out there again, the last 11:11 message that I feel coming through is sticking to your truth. Even if someone takes your truth in a painful way, that is not your concern. You are safe to express yourself fully. And when you express yourself fully, you are saying the words that are activating energies in other people. And so even if it does hurt them what you say, that's what they need at the time. Now, I'm not saying go out and be mad. I'm just saying if you're speaking your truth, for example, I've spoke my truth this whole time and then somebody gets offended for some reason, that is not my concern. My concern is showing up authentically as me. Do you disregard other people's feelings? Do you disregard other people? Do you disrespect other people? Absolutely not. But when you show up authentically and in your truth anyways, you're not going to do that. People could get offended, but it's not you doing the offending, right? You're not doing it purposefully. There's a different energy around that. So whenever you show up authentically and truthfully, fully and confidently, then what you had to say was meant to be said. It was meant to be out there. So there's no regret. There's no being made to feel bad. Be confident in the flow. Okay, is what I'm getting. So we're going to end there, you guys. And I think I'm going to end on a forest friend card. Because why not go with the animal theme here? I just went outside with my dogs and they were all about it. They were all about it. I sat down because it's still a little, I mean, it's chilly today, but I was able to go out there barefoot and the ground was warm because the sun was shining on it. And then I just sat out there with my dogs grounding. It was nice. And I felt the need to do that before I came in here to finish out this reading. So there is something here about grounding. We've got our forest friend, the girl and her wolf. The girl and her wolf. Follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. I'm trying to get it to where the light's not so bright on it. How about we do this? Because I really want you to see the wolf and that girl with her long hair. You may be someone with long hair. It says, if you have a dream, don't be afraid to follow it. Believing you can do something is half the battle. All right, you guys. Much love and light to you. Please, please, please use this day to soak in the wonderful aligning energy, attune to your highest self, and just believe that magic is happening in your life, okay? And if you did resonate with this energy, but you want to know more details about your personal situation, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook at Spiritual Teacher for You, or check out Etsy, my shop on Etsy at Spiritual Teacher for You. The links are in the description below this video. So that's it, guys. I'll see you next time. Happy aligning. Bye.